side. Standing over there, look. Going downwind with the jib out. Anthony Quinn, you know Anthony Quinn, that's just down there. Going in that little entrance just there. See if we can find somewhere, but there's been quite a few boats come past today. Like that one, that are probably all heading in there. But yeah, just flying on the jib. There's Faliraki. Up round that other bay is the marina. So I've only got a little 3-hour sail today, just moving slowly, dead calm, 10 knots of 10-12 knots of wind, wind's behind me, got one engine on tick over, just pushing down. Got out the marina well today, everything went swimmingly well. We are on anchor in Anthony Quinn. So we're right in the entrance. You can't see them, but there's about 6 boats here, all side by side. We're very close, but he seems to think we're all right, so do I. Very light winds anyway. There you go, Anthony Quinn. That is a congested anchorage, and we've just had 5 boats leave. Big boat was next to us, we've got plenty of room now. There is just us and one other yacht in this little bay in Anthony Quinn. Very little wind, it's calming down. We need to pull that jib in, Dave. That jib's partly out. Is that where we...
I've locked it off.
Oh, you locked it off, have you?
Yeah, I pulled it in and locked it off. It's open again.
Yeah, we need to lock...
No, I've locked it down.
You locked it off, have you?
Yeah, I locked it off, mate.
What a lovely night. So we are sailing at 5.7 knots. Boat speed over ground. 1 engine. Wind is on the nose, although it's not meant to be. And we have just left Anthony Quinn, haven't we, Dave?
Says Anthony Quinn Bay.
And we are on our way down to... That's Anthony Quinn down there. On our way down to Lindos now. Very, very light winds and it's on the nose, so we can't get the sails out. So we're running on just 1 engine, the starboard engine. It's about 8 o'clock. Lovely. Lindos Bay. A 3-hour trip from Anthony Quinn. Very little wind. That's where we're going to go for lunch today. We'll lower the tender and go to that restaurant there where we've eaten before. There is a supermarket, we need to get some drinks. We are anchored in 7 metres with 35 metres out on a chain. That's the main road up there. It's got a lookout tower. If you to park up somewhere over there and get really good views of this bay and the castle. That's one of the day ferries that come in. And that's where there are lots of shops, bars and restaurants. With a little walkway, little cobble street that takes you up to the castle. And we will leave here tomorrow for a 10-hour passage and hope to get to Halkey, a little island on the opposite side of Rhodes. And then after Halkey, head back to Rhodes Marina and we would have circumnavigated this whole island. That's the plan, subject to the weather. We don't want to be fighting up wind when we leave Halkey. I have had a look at the weather and it's okay for the next 2-3 days. We've got a guest on board that we've got to get back to Rhodes Airport for Wednesday when they fly out. Look at that little trawler there. That is beautiful. That is a long range trawler. That is one stunning bay to be anchored in. That is another Lagoon 46. That is anchoring right next to us in Lindos. And we're trying to get a video of the lazy bag and how the lazy jacks are lined up, because ours have been put back on incorrectly. But I can't really tell from that picture. But look at that, he's going to anchor right in between us, just here, right under the castle. Look at that. Sunday morning, just gone 6 o'clock. We pulled up the anchor in Lindos, which is there, and we have left Lindos Bay, and we are heading south down the coast of Rhodes, where we will go around the bottom and then hope to head north up to Halkey. And there is the chart. There's Lindos. We've just got to watch for these little islands. There's a couple of group of islands just here, shallow area there, island there, and that island there we're going to come in between and go down there, and that is that island out there, little lighthouse on it. But what a beautiful day. Unfortunately at the moment there is no wind. So that's the island of Rhodes, that's the marina. We kind of stopped here, then stopped here, and now we're down here, and we're just coming around this point, and then we're going to go up here into Halkey, and then the next day head back round that way back into the marina. So we've done a circumnavigation, but good sailing conditions. We are on the west side of Rhodes. Once we get round this bay, we should see the island of Halkey, which you can just about work out over the back of that group of rocks there. Over there is Halkey. Just flying on the jib with one engine, doing 6.5 knots. It was rough back down there earlier, but it's much calmer there, making good progress. We have just docked on a floating pontoon in Halkey, and we are on our way to Port Police to get our documents stamped. Where are we off to, Dave?
We're off to customs, port authorities.
Port Police, yep.
Going to hand herself in.
I think we found a Port Police car, look.
There you go.
Hellenic Coast Guard. It's lovely here, isn't it? What a beautiful little island. I've got to say, this is one of the best places I've ever docked this boat. This is the floating pontoon. It's privately owned by a family that own a supermarket. I'm going to dice with death. Woo! And at the end there is the supermarket. So very easy to provision. There's only 6 boats here. You can probably get about another 3, 4, one at the end, about another 5. And if you ever get the ferry over from Rhodes, that's where the ferry docks, just there. And our anchor chain is out there and across onto our boat, and then we're just tied off with a couple of spring lines. But what an absolutely magnificent place, especially with the supermarket so close. Small little island called Halkey. Not too far from Simi, but there in the background is Rhodes. I think that little ferry there is about to leave, but the big ferry just docks there, and our chain, as I say, is right out in front. 50 metres we had to drop out, reverse back, and then put the lines on. And that is where we are staying for a day. Second time I've been here. I did come over on my moped on a ferry a few weeks ago. There's another beautiful beach the other side of that bit of land just there, and just over the back here, the other side of those windmills, is I think Potmoss Beach, which is very nice. Here comes the ferry coming in. But absolutely amazing. Right, it's got to reverse over to there. The anchor's gone down on the port side, and he'll turn that on the anchor and reverse back. Old Stavros, Sassos ferries. There he goes. These guys are amazing how they manoeuvre these ferries around. I have difficulty with this little thing. They are so experienced. So he's dropped the anchor off on the port side. Then now turn up, reverse that straight onto there. Right onto there. Environmentally friendly. A few boats at the stern too, up on the rocks. I think 9 boats, 10 boats in here now. So when he reverses, we should see his anchors down on his port side. And you can see why we're all going to start bouncing all over the place. Here we go. We happen to be right on the corner. Well, he hasn't dropped his anchor down. I thought he had, but no, he hasn't. Quite often they drop an anchor down and turn on it. In fact, I don't even think he's going to drop an anchor down here. I think he's just going to reverse on, tie off, and he'll turn that around in about 10-15 minutes. See all the people waiting to get on. But in windy conditions, they drop an anchor, turn 180 and then reverse on it, which is similar to what we did here. Our anchor is right out next to that grey boat, 50 metres in front. I had to go right up to there, drop the anchor and then reverse back, and then keep the anchor semi-tight as we went back onto this quayside, onto this floating pontoon. There you go, everyone's bouncing around. Actually wasn't too bad, but he's got to leave in a minute and we're going to get it again. So by the time it calms down, he starts his engines and he goes off. But look at that. Quite incredible, really. There goes the monkey fish. He's just thrown a monkey fish over. They pulled a monkey fish and then the big thick lines have come off. And guys have got the monkey fish in their hand. You probably won't get to see it, but the monkey fish are the thin lines with the big heavy rubber weight. There you go, and there's the big lines coming across now. They'll lock them in place, winch them tight. Down goes the ramp. And by the time you know it, they're all off and all back on. That will have a 10-12 minute turnaround time, so quick. And then it'll be off again. And that is the second time this boat's been in today, because when we came across from Rhodes, we see it coming in and then we watched it go out and we came in behind it. And Rhodes is just over the background behind that island. And tomorrow we will leave at about 8 AM and we've got 6-7 hours to get back into Rhodes Marina. This little pontoon is owned by the people that own that shop, and they are really, really helpful. By the time you get reversing back, the staff are here ready to collect your lines. There's another Lagoon 46 next to us, about 2 boats just at the end now, and we saw him anchored in the same place as us in Lindos last night. Beautiful sunset. There you go, a ferry coming in to Halkey. Amanda, what's that? Is that... This is the fortification in Old Town Rhodes. That is some fortification. Yeah. That is some fortification, isn't it?
Oh, incredible.
And that is just part of it.
When I call her up to say I'm in town, I get a notion that we both walk the same ground. Been traveling all over, searching far and away for a sign to lead me straight. We walk together down the streets of our home. It's been forever, a long time that I've been gone. The feelings come easy as we start a new day, and I know what I should say. I love you from a beating heart. I love you.
This is a Faliraki Beach, and the last time I was here was about 30 years ago. 28, 30 years ago. Very nice. Bit of a derelict building here. Nice plot of land. JD, what do you think of Faliraki so far?
I think it's lovely.
Faliraki's quite nice, isn't it? Nice beach.
Very nice. He said, oh, yeah, come see me when you get back. He said, take a picture up this end.
Right, mate, you right there on my seat? I got up and you stole me seat.
Sure, I'll shift out there.
I say it just to like say what I say.
That's a proper bit of food, isn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, enjoying it.
It looks nice, eh? It does look nice.
Jack Daniels barbecue type ribs. Nice.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
Show everybody where I was.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly.
Etc.
Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
Oh, you got a remote for it, yeah? Let me film us taking a picture.
It might be on video.
Hey.
Even if the sky is falling down.
Right, it's
The sky is falling down. The sky is falling down.
Send me a copy, Jeff. So we're on our way back out. just visited the old Camaros ruins, which are literally just up on the hill, up over the back there. And this is an absolute superb place. We've got Simi Greek island just out there, Dacha and Marmares in the background. Just stopped in this restaurant for lunch before we head back to Rhodes. And this is Camaros Beach. Yeah, I know you two are. I've told the boys, don't you touch that food, I want to put that on video. Absolutely beautiful place. You just couldn't resist, Jeff, could you?
I thought he had gone.
There's me sitting here all polite.
I even said you don't. Has he gone?
So what we got? We've all got the same.
We're very boring.
Chicken souvlaki and what's that cheese, Dave?
Halloumi cheese,
Halloumi cheese, yeah, with
fried veggies.
yeah, and obviously a Greek salad, and a beer.
And a
That's
beer.
it, eh? How about that, boys?
everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Last day, fly home later on. Great time.
Don't know if I was aware a piece was missing. In this puzzle I used to call my life. Oh no,
This is down at Anthony Quinn Bay, Kahuna Bar. Just a beautiful place. There's Princess Jane. You've got boats coming in now. Men in front, and that's the view.
We've been stopped by the army because they're doing some live firing. What are they doing? What are they doing, Dave?
They're blowing up the tourists.
Okay, Gary. So where are we now?
Simi, Port Simi,
And where's that?
about 12 miles away from Rhodes, in between Rhodes and Turkey.
Okay.
Here's the bandits getting ready to board the ferry. You alright, guys?
Yeah, we're good, mate. All in. We're good.
And what a beautiful morning it is.
Yeah, lovely today.
Here's the ferry that's come in this morning, or the cruise ship, should I say. This is our ferry. This is what we're going over to Simi on. And look at that. What a beautiful shot that is. The old sun coming up over the cruise ship. A Viking Mars. This is the island of Simi, the men in front, and that's the view that we're having to put up with. Absolutely amazing. And that's what we've got ahead of us. He's okay, buddy. One-handed Productions. Come past, Lee. Come past. That for a view. Film by One Hand Productions.
Take off.